That's it. Dude, I guarantee you, this is some Tesla shit. That's a vacuum tube, and it does some electricity. I don't know what, but this is, yeah.
Connected to
that power box. Yeah, that's what feeds it extra juice. And what happens is, this is like a vacuum tube, and just like I told you how in the stratosphere with less air, electricity flows more freely. That's how it works. Dude,
we'll have this set up hopefully today. We need a massage table here, and you lie between. I'll show it to you right here, though.
A little bit like the rice, isn't it?
Yeah, right. It's the same kind of, you could say, lineage. You know, there's Nikola Tesla, Royal Rife, Lacaski, Andre Nuori from France. They were all working with an electromagnetic. The major difference between Rife and this, Rife was really clever. He worked out the destructive frequency for that virus or that bacteria. This has no destructive frequency. It's all coherent frequency. It's a coherent.
So it's all positive resonance kind of stuff?
Coherent biological field. I'll turn it on so you can just sort of get it. And so you're normally lying between. There we go.
What the hell?
So, yeah, 300,000 volts between the two.
300,000?
With the Thera-Phi devices, that's what we brought here for everybody to experience. And just as Arturo was saying, it basically takes the forces of nature and based on algorithms that my partner came up with, Dan Winter, who some of the slides that Arturo was showing, he's been teaching sacred geometry for several years, kind of like one of the grandfathers of sacred geometry. The pi ratio just exists everywhere in nature. You can't escape it. It's basically the golden mean or the divine proportion that you are made out of in all of nature.
So my name is Roger Green, and we have the Thera-Phi device here, which is a cascade of frequencies that enters into the body through the golden mean ratio. Now the universe uses the golden mean ratio, nature uses it, and it's the only way you can get two plasma bubbles to collide and to, with centripetal force, drive a whole lot of frequencies of hydrogen deep down into the DNA of the body.
Oh, and it works through Tesla coils, amplifiers, and
yeah, we've got
vacuum
Tesla
tubes.
coil underneath there, we've got the frequency signature here, and then we've got the plasma energy here.
In the tubes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, I'm about
So you're
to.
set to go.
Yeah, I'm about to test this thing out.
Yeah, you man.
Callie, and I'm one of the therapists, as they call it, and I'm just describing how this session is going to end. And so when we have a person go into a session, I do muscle testing. So I'm muscle testing to see, muscle testing is using this. I'm connected energetically with the person, and I'm testing to see whether it is 3, 6, or 9 minutes that their session is. In his case, he tested for 9 minutes. So in this case, he tested for the longest that we do one session in initially, and that was 9 minutes. So the tubes, he's in the plasma tubes for 9 minutes. Then after that, I turn the tubes down, and the field stays. It's a field effect. So even though the tubes are off, the plasma tubes are off, the field is still there. And it actually builds over the day. So as people come in here and do sessions, they're actually receiving the effects of others that have been in the field.
Interesting.
And even if you are sitting in this general area and even out here, the field is here. So you're still receiving. It's just weaker.
Oh, understood.
When you're in between the tubes, it's the strongest point. And the tubes, you have one tube that is spinning this way into the middle, the other is spinning the opposite. It's like male and female coming together. So they come in the middle, and they meet in the Dan Chen.
Okay.
This is called the 0 point, the point of creation. And then they reverse and they spin out. And so that's when the tubes are off. He is going to be remaining in the field, and so all told it'll be around 12 minutes that he'll be in that field.
I felt from the moment you touched me, before you even turned any of that on, you know, the energy. And I really appreciate you setting the pace for it, because that was unbelievable.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I'm not ready to give a testimonial yet, but I will.
That was,
All right.
as long as somebody is waking up and coming through with the smile and the energy and the groundedness.
I mean, you can feel the field, man. You can really feel the field. And it's not like this like overbearing feeling. It's like this nurturing, like almost like a mother's embrace.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And
Good
it gradually builds. It starts slow, and then I overheard what you did, and I even felt when you turned the machine off. I felt it stop like increasing slowly, but like you said, the field still remained. I was still engulfed in it.
Yeah.
And then you come over and keep giving me some of that glorious energy. It's just like, geez, I'm getting it from the organic level and from, well, I mean, I would consider electricity organic as well.
Yeah,
Pretty clear.
it's all part of creation.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, and you see, when somebody is more experienced in meditation, often they sense and feel more.
Yeah.
Some can see the field spinning to the, because this is the 0 point.
So that's where they meet, right?
Yeah, so one's spinning this way, this is the other way.
Yeah.
So it's like male and female coming together, then they reverse. And they go out the opposite way. So it's like breath, it's like,
It's funny that you say that, because it almost felt like that's what was happening to me. It was like a pulse. You know, I felt like this
Like
pulsing. Even, it almost like, and I feel like my heartbeat was aligned to the pulse. Like, I don't know if I was imagining that, but it felt like my heart was literally beating in time with that entire pulse. It was like a wave. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And not to mention just the vibes, you know, the inner feeling that you get from meditation, and then when you amplify it with the Tesla device. So this is called the Thera-Phi device, right?
Thera-Phi.
And I'm assuming you are a Reiki practitioner.
I've done energy work for quite a long time.
Yeah, I could tell as soon as you
Yeah.
touched me. Yeah. But yeah, I think that does have to do with, you know, meditation making you more sensitive to that stuff. And that's what I tell
It
people.
helps.
A lot of people who like, you know, who like dismiss it as like juju or whatever, you know, because we come from America and people are very close-minded over there. But it's the reason you can't like the reason you don't look like a goofy yoga person who's giggling and giddy is because you just haven't opened yourself up to that yet. And it's a very gradual unlocking process. And I always tell people to just take that time, take that plunge, do it for 10 days.
Yep.
It took me one time where as soon as I felt that like life force in your cells, as soon as I felt that, I'm like, dude, I'm on something here.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
setup.
Well, it's interesting because we've had recent reports from different clinics, about 3 of them, of people experiencing Kundalini.
Well, I mean, I would say that's
Awakening it.
exactly what it is.
And that is, for every unit that goes out the door, that is the base level intention from my energy input to it. Because I feel that the awakening of the Kundalini is the awakening of consciousness. And there's a whole lot of stuff out there that is negative about it, but it actually is the critical piece to everything.
I completely
Of the life force moving, it's also connected to the Shakti and to the feminine, and which balances, brings us that groundedness and that centeredness, but also those states of bliss.
To be honest, there were a few moments that I just felt so bewildered by beauty that I did start getting a little wish-washy, you know what I mean? I'm like, I really could cry at how beautiful this experience is, you know? But I'm more of a laughing guy, you know? I'm like you.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
I just like to laugh, you know?
It's the bliss state.
Exactly, and that's what I tell people.
Yeah.
If you bring meditation into your life, you can bring that state wherever you are, no matter where it is. Even if you're locked in a cell, you can bring that state with you and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I know
Well,
from experience, trust me, that's what I did when I locked up for a day. I did yoga and meditated the whole time, it made it perfect.
Well, I'll share. I have a brother that spent in and out of his life quite a bit in prison.
Yeah.
Cocaine addiction. And he was very much into meditation, very focused on his body. He spent once, they locked him in solitary confinement for almost a month. He survived it through meditation.
That's exactly what I would do. That is exactly, I've thought of that my entire life since I got into meditation. Like, if it really hits the fan,
yeah,
that's
they
what
were
I'm
trying
doing.
to, they were trying to break him, and all they did is he went into his yogic stance, and it was actually, these were in Canada, so he learnt this technique, and were told by the brothers, which in our population is the native population.
Ah, okay.
They sought him out when he came in, and they said, you have a special gift, which he did. He was very psychic and knew, like he could see energy, read energy, all this. And they said to him, if you want to survive in here, use this skill this way. So they take him into the sweat lodge, and they taught him how to work with the energy. He already knew how to meditate, but he grounded it more. And when he got into these situations, that's what he did.
And it works to a T. I can tell you from experience. So if anybody ever gets arrested, you'd have one thing left, one thing only, and that is your power. And believe it or not, that if you don't get arrested, that'll fix everything else. So just do it anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of a bizarre conversation. I haven't even thought of that in a long time. But
Well, I'm glad that we
you
have
brought it up, so it's like, all right, I can go there.
Thank
with
you for sharing, because it's personal, and that's what I love. You know?
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to get in this film, the personality, the life force of these people who speak and come here. This is awesome. We can't get enough of it.
Yeah, this is
Thank you so much. You're
You're
amazing.
welcome.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Keep wonderful work, for real. This is unbelievable.